someone looked it.
That would explain that word. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to hold mine there and only be expressive with one hand, which is gonna be really hard.
Yeah, man. We'll just gang. Hello, guys.
Is the cameras on?
The cameras are on. We're rolling. We're ready.
I was not ready.
Oh, well, I was.
I wasn't. Sorry, I've come straight from the gym, so we're all it's looking a bit crazy today. It's fine.
Slay.
Hello. Didn't realise you were joining us.
Really?
No.
None of this gave it away. The box lights, the cameras.
I didn't think we'd press play. Sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
Hey.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to episode 3.
Yeah.
Today, I've got White Monster. I'm going hard with the White Monster. You know we love a White Monster. My brother referenced that, you know. He sent me a text, I think it was this morning or yesterday, with a picture of a White Monster. And he was like, White Monster gang! But yeah, White Monster, what have you got?
The other one.
Brilliant, that narrows it down.
Pink.
Oh, the pink one.
Yeah, but do you know what? It gives me the ick when I have to pour it in a can.
In a mug.
That's the one.
Me too.
It just feels wrong.
It does, but we're doing it for the cameras.
Sorry, it's for the aesthetic.
We're doing it for the viewers. I keep wanting to do like ASMR with this microphone.
I know. So, new microphones.
Oh my god, yeah, look, how bougie. I said it would get better every episode.
But yeah, it means I have to be not as animated, which is quite stressful for myself. I throw up hands.
We do throw hands on this channel.
I do throw them fists. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, next investment would probably be a boomstick, so we don't have to hold these.
Oh my god, please.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you're sharing.
We're now a charity.
Yeah.
I reckon I could apply for like a charity status for my financial position and they'd give it to me. Like, I reckon if I called the bank...
It could be a charity case.
I could, if I rang the government and I was like, this is my finances. I want to be a charity. I reckon they'd say, yeah. Yeah, mate, you need it. Sign up. I've had adverts on the telly. Oh my god, did you see that video of that Ooh.
Of what?
I want to be very clear on my politics here. I am not a Reform or GB News fan.
And I just want to 100% clear up right now that I'm not a Tory.
Or none of that, but anyway, it popped up on my TikTok, so I watched it. I like to know, I'm in enemy. I'm in... I'm in enemy territory. So like I'm undercover spy. And it come up on my TikTok, and it was I think he was from Sudan. And one of the GB News reporters was interviewing him. And he was like, why do you want to come to England? Like, why is France not okay? Why England? His English was very broken. But what he essentially was saying was, oh, if I go to England, they'll give me a house and they'll take care of me. And it was just full of Reform commenters being angry at the man. And I thought, do you know what? If you colonise half the fucking world, you can't be mad when they knock on your doorstep and be like, you guys have all the money.
Yeah.
This is the land of dreams. Because we went to those places and was like, this is the land of dreams.
Yeah.
And now they're coming knocking and everyone's like, send them back on the boats. Oh, it stressed me out something wrong.
I do think we should... Oh, this is going to get... I hate getting political, but I do just think anyone should be able to just live where they want.
Yeah, same.
I don't think it's that deep. I think everyone should just be able to have whatever plot of land wherever they want.
But yeah, it wound me up because people were mad at the guy, and I thought, how can you be mad at a guy who has been sold a dream by history and the government and everything, and now he's taken them up on that offer, and you're mad at them? No, why are you mad at them? It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Like, if we'd spent our whole life being told Sudan was the place of dreams and they'd taken over us and it was fantastic, and you go there and they give you a house and they give... How many Brits would be fleeing to Sudan?
Easy, mate.
And there was a war here at the same time. There's a war going on here, and we've been told for hundreds of years that that's the land of dreams. oh my God, we'd all be knocking on their front door.
Yeah.
I've got a video to show you, and I'm going to have to send you the video to put in the video,
Right.
because we cannot deprive the girls and the gays of the video I am about to show you.
Oh my God.
And then I'm gonna read some of the comments, because the comments had me howling this
I actually don't know what this is. This is so exciting.
Let me find it. I saved it and everything. Where is it? Watch this video, right? Okay.
My eyes are actually watering. It might be the lights though. And
What video?
Scarlet, thick thighs, save lives.
I'm telling you. So I was reading the comments. I fucking love when women objectify men, right? I think it's hilarious. Okay, are you ready? Did anyone realise there was a sport being played in this clip? Then they're just... I'm bringing dark sunglasses so they don't know where I'm looking. Is this...
Oh, that's so true.
The shorts are doing God's work. Is this Pagorn?
Mint. I mean, pretty much it is just some guys grappling.
Yeah. Oh, actually, segue from men, but ridiculousness. Have you seen this joke, right? And I'm not even going to go into it, but have you seen the joke that ginger people are actually
Yes.
black?
I was going to speak about this.
Oh, do you know what's really depressing me about it? Is definitely on camera, but in person, since I had my daughter, my hair is no longer red. And I've dyed my hair many a time, right? And here's the thing, I knew if we spoke about this, people would come for me and say, your root's dark, you're not ginger. So I've come with receipts that I am a natural redhead.
Damn.
I came with receipts because I knew someone would be like, I can see your roots and they're not ginger. Yeah, well, I also Googled that, and apparently it's because when you have a baby, the dad's genetics can affect your DNA, and now my hair's coming through black like a father. So thanks for that one.
Waste, man. What are you doing to my hair colour?
Now also, I've dyed my hair 5,000 times, so there are very few photos of my natural hair colour.
Yeah.
However, here's me as a young child. I'll show you first. Next to a blonde child.
Oh, yeah.
That is, you won't be able to see it, that is red hair. That is, as an adult, when I started dyeing it back red. There is my nana with red hair. I was a natural ginge, but I am not anymore.
Yeah.
It's coming through black. But my hair is also all falling out. Right? And it's now coming through grey and black. So when I get my...
you like a zebra?
Oh, it's quite sexy. Like a skunk.
Nothing sexier than a skunk. Love a skunk, mate. I'm a skunk kind of guy.
Thank you. Do I continue to dye my hair ginger?
You've just like poofed your hair up.
Yeah, because I'm showing my hair.
Oh, sorry.
Do I continue? It wasn't just being weird. Do I continue to dye my hair ginger? Or, because I'll go back to being a ginger for most of my adult life. Or do I spend 6 months as this new dark colour to give my hair a break from all the dyeing? And
Gertie, I think your hair needs a break for once in its life.
I know. I've never, in my whole adult life, pretty much, I've always been ginge. And I might have to just give my hair a bit of a breather. Even my hair extensionist said that. She said, because obviously I had stress
She said,
alopecia.
girl, there's nothing left.
It's all gone. And also...
I mean, to be fair, you'll still have gingery tips. I've had these for fucking ages now. They need cutting out so badly. But my problem was, if I cut it out, it's going to be just slightly too long to where there'll still be just a streak of ginger on the top of it. So I've just left it for now, but it needs cutting really badly.
No, I'm thinking about going all this colour. My new set of extensions, instead of being red, because I was going to go back red, obviously, with my new extensions.
Yeah.
I'm now thinking, do I go dark and just do 6 months of dark long hair? So I need new hair, but it's hundreds of pounds. and then I've got to get it fitted, which is why I think I'm just going to learn to fit it myself.
Yeah, it can't be that difficult.
And actually, Suzuki said he'd learn how to do it watching YouTube. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about it because I said I need my hair doing. And I said I was just going to do it myself, I just needed to order the hair. And he was like, I'll watch a YouTube video, I'll learn how to do it, and I'll just do it for you. And I was like, oh, sound. But he is colourblind. So he said a light brown because he thinks my hair now is brown. Like he thinks all this is light brown. Because he said that. He was like, oh, what it is now.
Oh my God, did you have to come out as a ginger to him?
I did actually.
And he was like,
No, he said to me, he was like, because he said, are you ginger? And I was like, yeah, obviously.
He was like, why haven't you told me this before, Scarlett? This is a deal breaker.
And I was like, yeah, obviously.
Can I please still love me?
Yes. And do you know what he said?
What?
He said it's because you look like a ginger.
What does a ginger look like? Well, actually.
I think he's got green eyes and freckles and stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, you look like a ginger. And I was like, no, I am. And he was like, but your hair looks brown to me. So that's irrelevant, actually. I don't know where I was going with that. But,
just a fun little tidbit.
yeah, a little tidbit. But he
Yeah.
said he'd fit it for me.
Is it tidbit or titbit?
Is it titchy or tiddly? Because they both mean small, don't they?
I mean, it can be either, but
Yeah.
I'd say
titbit.
I'd just say tiny.
I'd say titbit.
I'd say a tidbit.
Oh, I'd say the other.
It's a tidbit.
Should we find out?
I think so.
Oh. I forgot. No, don't open the message.
Oh God. Who was it off?
It's a voice note that I probably don't want to open on camera.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not that it's inappropriate, it's just I
Yeah.
don't think they'd want to be heard on camera. But I'll tell you off. Wait.
That's quite a surprise guest. You don't even know you're on the podcast.
I'll tell you anyway while I'm searching this, because we'll have to cut me searching it because it's taking ages. It's the fucking deep voice. I'll help you work out.
We can just groom him for content.
We could groom him for content. Is it tidbit or?
I don't think it's tidbit.
I could be wrong. No, fuck off. Do you know what AI
What does AI say?
AI says, this could be wrong, so I'm going to have to double check because we know what AI is like.
Yeah.
Tidbit is American and titbit is British.
Oh, really?
That's what AI says.
No, we've smashed it out of the park. If we've got...
We have.
If we're both right, insanity.
Yeah, it could be either.
Look at us linguists.
I know. Oh my god.
I did get an A star in English, you know.
I got a U in foundational A-level chemistry.
Girl. Can't be sound.
If I've ever dated you or you messaged me on any, so don't watch this.
I think you're doing snooping about.
Isn't it? You'll just give yourself the ick, to be fair.
We know this wasn't on your For You page. Little liar.
Come here, you little liar.
Yeah.
I love when you don't tell me the truth. Wait. We are going for a garden.
Gardening sesh, guys.
Woohoo! See you in a minute. Woo. Peace.
We're live and on air.
Hi.
Hello, welcome back.
Back. One, I was used the blanket. Anyway, right, okay.
That's fine.
We did just go garden, so excuse us for 3 seconds.
Are you really that cold?
I am quite chilly.
Oh.
It's fine, right. You know the Are We Dating the Same Guy groups?
Yes, I know where you're going with this. Yes. Can we post the picture?
No, because you're not allowed. That's one of the rules of being
right,
in the
okay.
group is you can't share with men that they've been posted in
Right.
the group to keep women safe. Because
Okay.
it was designed to keep women safe because people post about like men who need like Claire's law against them and stuff. So unfortunately I cannot post the photo. So
Sorry, guys.
sorry
I
guys.
tried, yeah.
I unfortunately cannot protect you from said man because I can't let him know he's been posted in the group. However,
You could just join the Facebook group.
you could. I did comment on it, and I don't actually. When I tell the story, I don't think it's like It is weird, but I don't think... I never felt necessarily in, like, actually super danger.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, like, go...
But it is a funny story.
It's a funny story. I'm not gonna go spouting, like, oh, he's a dangerous man, here's a picture of him and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So, I went to go and meet this guy. Obviously, it's a while ago now. I went to go meet this guy, didn't I? And it was sound. We spoke for months beforehand. Didn't particularly give off any, like, weird red flags. Had his own place, same age as me. I was like, okay. Went round. Fine. Lived in, like, a 2-floor flat.
Yeah.
So he was on the top floor and it had like a kitchenette and a bathroom and everything, and then underneath was 2 housemates. There was 3 guys living here and it was above like a shop. And I have terrible decision making skills. I'm going to tell the girlies, don't go into a house with 3 men that you don't know.
No.
Don't do it. This is not an advice story.
Have a Scarlet galloped on in there. She didn't think twice about it.
I did. I galloped. I ran up those stairs. Anyways, fine. We watched TV.
I was going to say or something the way you looked at me.
No, we watched TV. We chilled out. It was fine. We had a smoke and a chat. Pretty normal. No problem. It was a few hours later. We had some adult time.
Nefarious activities.
Yeah. And then it all got real weird. Like, almost immediately got really weird. So, it was now, like, maybe 6 p.m. or something, 7 p.m. And initially I'd planned to stay the night, and that wasn't a problem because I didn't have anything the next day. But the vibes got weird. So, I wanted to go to the shop. There was a shop next door. I hadn't had any tea. And so I thought... Right. So I said, oh, there's a shop next door, isn't there? I'm going to pop out. He looked me square in the face and went, shut up, sit down. Locked the door, right? And then just put the telly on. And I was like, oh, cool. Told him what I wanted from the shop, and he went to the shop to go and get it. So I was thinking, this guy might just be a bit weird.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
there.
I was like, maybe he just didn't want me like going to the shop by myself in an area I didn't know, and he didn't know how to communicate that. So at the time I was like, bit weird, but like we move. Anyway, bought the stuff back from the shop. Then he just like sat away from me on a completely different sofa and just didn't speak. Right, but all the doors were locked. So I was just like, bit weird, but I was just watching telly. And then it got to like 10 o'clock and he went out and locked the door behind him. Do you remember? Because I then messaged you.
Yeah, I was getting live updates, guys.
The roof had started leaking onto the bed. So I was laid,
Mate,
locked.
Bando
It
doesn't
was,
do justice.
I was locked in this bando, right? The roof was leaking onto my head in this man's bed. I was locked in this house.
But surely it's leaked before. So he
Apparently
must have
not.
known.
Apparently
I
not.
feel like it has.
There was a really bad rainstorm,
Oh,
so
right,
it could
okay.
actually have been the first. But I'm just gonna. It wasn't the first time, was it? Anyway, so the roof's now leaking, right? He's gone. Turns out he's locked me on the top floor. He's gone to the first floor, sorry, to just party with his mates for a little bit, right? So I think it's weird, whatever. Anyway, comes back again, doesn't really speak to me, and I was like, I think I'm gonna like go home. It's now like 11 p.m. You haven't really spoken to me for like 4 hours. It's getting weird. Again, he just didn't really speak to me and just kept the doors locked. So I thought, right, I'll just go to bed, deal with it in the morning. Because I wasn't like super uncomfortable. I wasn't feeling in like immediate, that's a me problem. You should feel in immediate danger if a man does any of this. But I didn't in the moment.
Scarlett has no danger awareness.
No. So I just thought, I'll go to bed, whatever. Went to bed. Woke up at like 7 a.m, fine. Woke him up, I got ready, woke him up and said, sound like, I've got to go. I'm gonna get out of here. And he picked me up, moved me to the other side of the bed, which was against the wall with a chest of drawers. So I had to physically climb over him to get out of the bedroom, out of the bed. And he went, no, you're not, right? at that point, I think is when I messaged the group chat saying, guys, I might be a hostage now.
Oh my god, I've got such a good clickbait for this video. I was held hostage. Not even clickbait, it's true.
And everyone was like, what are you talking about? So I explained the story, and then I just kept giving you all live updates. But this man was asleep, I was locked in this flat, he was asleep, and I tried to leave between 7 a.m. and probably midday, maybe 5 or 6 times, being like, no, I want to leave. He just wouldn't let me leave, so I gave up and just sat and smoked on the bed, and I watched like 4 episodes of The Apprentice.
And nobody in the group chat would have actually like called the authorities or anything, because most of them would have been like, it might just be a sex thing for Scarlett, to be honest. This might be all part of it.
Like, they were just...
Never quite know what's serious. Like, when is she actually in danger?
I sent you all a picture from the bathroom, do you remember? And it looked worse than any... Oh, it was rough. It was. I did think about stealing the jewellery to get But then, anyway, so he woke up at like 12. And eventually, he got dressed in that. Still wasn't speaking to me. It's the weirdest night of my life. Apart from telling me I couldn't leave continuously. Anyway, and I ended up shouting at him in the kitchen and saying, like, why won't you let me, like, leave? I actually said to him, you're keeping me as a weird friend hostage. Because, like it's not even sexy. Like, you're not even, like, trying to talk to me and being like, no, I want to spend time with you. You've sat watching telly, telling me I can't move. There's no food. I haven't drunk anything in 24 hours.
Nobody's benefiting.
I know. I was like, what is happening? And he was like, oh, it's because I like you and I don't know how to show that. And I was like, don't hold people hostage.
Not a great shout, my man.
No.
But...
So then he said it was fine. I could go. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad I'm not.
Thanks for the permission.
Yeah, but I don't know where he pulled this key from. So we went out of his door. I've actually got something to add to this story. We went out of his door, went down to the second flat or whatever, another key for that door, which was somewhere else. So I was already 2 keys down that I was not finding. Then we went out into a courtyard, and he was, like, I'm 5'2", he was maybe 6 foot, 6'1". He had to stand on his tiptoes to reach the key, right, for the 3rd gate to get out of this house. And I was thinking, oh my God, there was no way I was escaping out of this house, even if I wanted to. No way. Because the courtyard was, like, walled in high. Like, it was not like a little fence I could jump. Like,
that does all seem a bit sketchy, to be fair.
it was real sketchy. And I remember I was stood there, right, in a t-shirt and a pair of... Because this man had just fucked off.
Yeah.
Like, he'd just gone, so I was just by myself in this man's, like, weird little flat, right? So I was just in, like, a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. I think I was smoking, having a cup of tea or something, like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing I know, his housemate's at the door, like, on the stairs, so his door's, like, at the top of a flight of stairs. His housemate's there, right? I'm uncomfortable now, right? Because there's now a man stood there. I've got, like, legs and everything out, like...
Not the legs. Ankles and everything.
Mate, these are, like, my little jammy shorts, do you know what I mean? So, like, this man's, like, stood there just, like, trying to talk to me.
It's a little slutty jammy shorts.
Being held hostage.
You're like, my jammy shorts, a thong. A piece of string over her butthole.
Naked. There was no shorts. Right?
Now I'm being exposed. Tits were out and everything, let's be honest.
So he stood talking to me, and all he wanted to know was, could he have some of my joint, right? And I was so like, let me go.
If you let me leave. I was ready to give away the weed at that point. It got that bad.
You can have all the if you open the front door. Let me go. I'm being leaked on. You're looking at my vagina.
What experience all around, 10 out of 10. Never had an escape room like it.
Do you know the wildest thing? I took a picture of the house when I left and put it in the group chat and was like, guys, if I ever go missing, it's here. He texted me when I got home and was like, I really enjoyed our time together, but I think we should see each other again.
I'll have to think on that one, mate.
And then he's texted me like 10 times since. Like, like, randomly, like, every few months he'll just pop up and be like, shall we do something? And I'm like, sir, you actually held me hostage. So all the other girls were commenting on this, are we dating the same guy post, being like, yeah, he's a bit weird. And I actually commented and I was like, this man.
You're like, I'm the crazy one on here for once.
Like, that man, like, fully, like, that's weird behaviour, actually. Looking back on it. At the time, I was just kind of vibing with it. Like, this is a bit weird, this, but we moved.
I could get into it.
I could. I tell you, I quite fancied him. I know. I thought, well, no, the hostage bit wasn't the problem, really. It was just more the lack of interest in me. Because I just kept thinking, why doesn't he like me?
Okay. I'm glad that was the moral of the story.
Is that a problem? That's a problem, isn't it? So why doesn't he like me? As he's holding me hostage.
Anyway, guys. Thank you for joining us.
No.
No.
So, start again. Sorry.
Why did you say Snoop Dogg?
Cheech and Chong.
Right, thank you for that, Scarlett. So yeah, thank you once again for watching our podcast.
Yeah. Thanks,
Can't even remember what we
guys.
spoke about in this one, really.
Well, actually, fuck knows.
Fuck knows. It's going to be an exciting one for us as well. So
Hope you enjoyed it. I'm
Hope you
sure
enjoyed.
we've bared some secrets which we shouldn't have, but
Yeah.
we move.
fuck it, we move. Sound. If you liked it, then give it a like and subscribe and whatnot. But for now, see you in a bit.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.